This is the French Revolution with Abby Bruff, Sarah Schlager, Audrey Adams, and Emily Searcy, and me, Anna Oliver.
The French Revolution was influenced by Enlightenment ideas. The revolution played a critical role in the shaping of modern nations. Political, social, and economic conditions in France contributed to the start of the revolution.
Fun fact number 1. The American Revolution had a big influence on the start of the French Revolution.
The primary cause of the French Revolution was the disputes over the people's differing ideas to reform. Before the beginning of the revolution, only modern reforms were wanted by the people. Social inequality was a big part in the start of the revolution. Now the political causes. French rulers were not interested in the welfare of the people. France didn't have a stable government, and also many unfair privileges in French society led to the revolution. Louis XVI also left a legacy of financial bankruptcy, and he was also too harsh to public criticism. Louis XVI also lived in a highly inexpensive lifestyle that caused the bankruptcy. Systems of absolutism which the people did not agree with. Now, social causes of the revolution. The leading cause of the social stress in France during the revolution was its large population. The social classes limited social mobility. All the social groups were not satisfied with the absolutism. A lot of the conflicts were created because of the inequalities throughout the social classes. Now, economic causes of the revolution. Louis XVI spent a lot of money on himself and also too much money on the 7-Year War and the American Revolution. He wasted a lot of money on his lifestyle, which caused their bankruptcy.
Fun fact number 2. Louis also paid an enormous amount of cost in helping the Americans in the American Revolution. These were the main events in the French Revolution. The first main event is the meeting of the Estates General. This happened on May 5th, 1789. This was summoned by King Louis XVI, of course. And to solve the monarchy's financial crisis, the 3 classes were brought together: the nobles, the clergy, and the rest of the population. They made up the Third Estate, which would later make a big impact on the French Revolution. Each estate had one single vote. Third Estate formed their own National Assembly later on. The next main event was the Tennis Court Oath. This happened on June 17, 1789, the perfect time for tennis. They removed from the Estates General the third party. The Third Estates formed the new National Assembly.
Fun fact number 3.
This actually happened on a tennis court. The third main event happened on July 14, 1789. This was known as the storming of the Bastille. Revolutionaries stormed the Bastille.
Fun fact number 4.
This made a huge statement in the beginning of the French Revolution, and this was one of the first times France had attained weapons and used gunpowder. The next main event was the Declaration of the Rights of Man. This happened on August 26, 1789. All men are equal under law.
Fun fact number 5.
This was very similar to the beginning of the U.S. laws. Women and children, though, were not affected by these laws. The next main event was the March on Versailles. October 5th, 1789. These were Parisian market women led a march on Versailles. These women were very manly looking and actually quite strong. There was a scarcity and the high price of bread.
Fun fact number 6.
These were all women, and they created a huge riot. The next main event was the Civil Constitution of the Clergy. July 12, 1790. This allowed the French government to control all of the churches. This was the first time the government starts to sell church land due to badly needed money, after they lost money because of King Louis XVI's luxurious items and helping the Americans. This is a famous major event. The royal family attempts to flee France. June 20, 1791. King Louis XVI and his family, Marie Antoinette and his 2 kids, attempt to flee from France. They were caught in Varennes. They were sent to Paris. The king was forced to go on trial. This led to the big revolt and stuff like that. This is an important main event. This was the execution of the king. This happened on January 21st, 1793. The king was sentenced to death in guillotine.
Fun fact number 7.
Do y'all remember the song from Chorus Kids? King Louis got his head cut off. This was inspired by this main event. The next main event is known as the Reign of Terror. This happened through September 1993 and July 1794, almost a whole year. Thousands of people were sentenced to death by the Reign of Terror, the Jacobins and the Girondins. The new leader of the revolution was started, Maximilien, the leader of the Jacobins. This is also seen in the movie Les Mis. Next was the execution of Robespierre. July 27, 1794, Maximilien Robespierre was executed, and that led to the power of the Jacobins falling. Girondins gained the power now in the French Revolution, helping it cease.
These are the main players of the French Revolution. Napoleon Bonaparte was a general in the French army, leader of the Napoleon Bonaparte was a general in the French army, leader of the 1799 coup that overthrew the Directory, and accession marked the end of the French Revolution. Jacques Necker was a member of the Legislative Assembly and National Convention. He unsuccessfully declared war on Austria and Prussia, removed from the National Convention, and lost life at the Gallipoli. Charles Dean Calhoun controlled general finance appointed by King Louis XVI and proposed a plan to shift the French tax burden. Lazare Carnot.
Fun fact number 8. His name was not Lazare, Carrot.
He was a French soldier appointed by the Committee of Public Safety to help organize the failing war. He was one of the first members of the Directory and removed from his position during the overthrow of 1797. Marquis de Lafayette was a liberal noble. Louis XVI.
Fun fact number 9. Louis XVI played the biggest part in the French Revolution.
He was the French king from 1774 to 1792. He was deposed in 1792 and executed in 1793. He inherited the debt problem from his grandfather and added to the debt through heavy spending from helping in the American Revolution. Marie Antoinette was the wife of King Louis XVI, symbol of the French royalty's extravagance and excess, and executed in 1793.
Fun fact number 10. Marie Antoinette did not say, "Let them eat cake."
Jacques Necker was France's director of finance in the late 1770s and produced first-time government budget in French history.
Maximilien Robespierre.
He was a leader of the Rational Jacobins and chairman of the Committee of Public Safety. Emmanuel Joseph was, most importantly, a primary leader of the Third Estate effort at political and economic reform. Leopold II and King William Frederick II established the Declaration of Plaisance.
Audrey and I are going to be splitting up the results and changes. After the war, the new government was formed, and I don't know what the right words to say. France became the representative of humanity because at this time, the Enlightenment had just happened or was going on at the same time. So a lot of ideas that focused on humans themselves were introduced. So religion was basically taken out of day-to-day life, well, kind of. And the French was the representative of humanity because it showed liberty, equality, and fraternity. And this actually was a form of republic, sort of. All right, so when the people formed a new government, they wanted equality before the law. So they wanted all people to have equal rights, which lessened the difference between privileged and non-privileged classes. So there became a middle class, which was called the bourgeois. Fun fact, I'm not really sure how to pronounce this, but Anna thinks it's
bourgeois!
Okay. The French Revolution, though it seemed like a failure in 1799, it unified France
France and enhanced the power of the national state. Also, feudalism ended.
Fun fact number 12, I think.
This paved the way for Republican governments.
The effects of the French Revolution were political, social, economic, and religious. The French Revolution united France and enhanced the power of the national state. Because of the new tax system developed by the French Revolution, citizens who purchased land were allowed to keep it because of property and right acquisitions. The Bank of France developed economically along with simpler tax systems. In this tax system, it was based on wealth, and it was no longer based on privilege.
Thank you for watching!